over your own fucking foot, man. Way to go, Paul. That felt great. Oh my god, dude. Hey. Bombshell Comey report, huh? I thought Comey was testifying on Wednesday. Did Comey testify already? Let's take a look. Comey's bombshell. Fired FBI chief says Trump asked him to let go of probe into Flynn's ties with Russia. Right. So I guess he testified today. Oh, it is Wednesday. Is it? Fuck me. Well. I thought it was Tuesday. Well, fuck me. There we go. Wow. Trump told me I expect loyalty. Evasive, huh? People are saying that some Democrats are pissed off that Comey was evasive. Senate Democrats grew increasingly incredulous and visibly frustrated Wednesday with intelligence chiefs testifying at a hearing after Director of National Intelligence Dan Coates and NSA Director Administrator Mike Rogers, or Admiral Mike Rogers, repeatedly said they would not discuss their private conversations with Donald Trump. Coates and Rogers said they did not feel the public setting of the Senate's Intelligence Committee hearing was an appropriate venue to discuss their conversations with Trump, which they have... okay, so they're not pissed that Comey was evasive. Apparently they called a few other intelligence people in. Yeah, well, that's pretty big shit, right? Man, I feel like fucking dog shit today. Oh. Beep, beep. Yeah, somebody out in the parking lot. Sometimes people park their fucking cars down there to go into the grocery store that I live on top of, and their fucking car alarms will go off. And man, dude, there is nothing that pisses me off more than being woken up by somebody's fucking car alarm at 7 or 8 in the morning. I just get like, it's at times like that where I'm tired and irrational. I just woke up, that if I had a fucking rocket launcher, I'd just probably use it. I'd probably just kick my window out and here we go. No more fucking car alarm, dude. No, I know, car alarm, that's the fucking thing that pisses me off most about them. Like, if like the proof was in the pudding with these car honking and beeping and squealing fucking car alarms, that it, you know, deterred cars from getting fucking stolen, then I would at least understand it, because I can understand. I've had my car stolen before. It sucks, you know. But the fact that everything that you can look at shows that people just ignore them, including the people stealing the car. They just break into the car and then immediately disable the alarm and go on about their merry way. Neighbors aren't exactly pouring out into the streets to investigate the fucking car alarm. In fact, most people that have car alarms on their cars don't even go out to investigate them and shit. They just don't hear them. So, it's not working. It's just waking me up at fucking 7 in the morning. friend with mental illness who self-harms, but her family is extremely Christian and believes in using prayer to treat her. I mean, if your friend is not old enough to take matters into her own hands, then there's not a whole lot you can do. You know, if you feel like your friend is in danger of hurting herself to the point where she may die, then really the only option that you have is to call the police. You just have very little sway over what happens in the life of a minor that's still with their parents. Not a lot you can do. Yeah, pray the mental illness away, guys. That works. The intent is people investigate it if it is their car. Well, they don't. They don't. So the intent is not matching up with the fucking reality. Man, the weather's been really nice here. But that just means everything is in bloom. The air is filled with fucking pollen and bullshit. And it's got me all twisted. Mass Effect 1 or 2. I like 1 better than 2. 2 has a way better combat system. I mean, they really ironed out the combat in 2. But I like the story and the setting and the pacing of 1 better than 2. 1 is a slow burn. A lot of people, I've seen people that have played the whole series describe it as kind of boring, slow. But I like that. I like that slow burn. I like that long game that you have to invest tons of time in. And not that, you know, 1 was an overly long game, nor was 2, but I don't know. I just like the pacing of 1. Fig. Were you trying to type fag and it messed you up? Or were you just trying to say fig? Do you smoke dank bowls and play Dark Souls? I don't think that would help me with Dark Souls. In fact, I know it doesn't. I tried to play Dark Souls again with a friend of mine a while ago, and I was stoned, and it didn't help. I think you need to be not stoned to play Dark Souls. Can't really get away with the bullshit. James Comey's prepared opening statement. Thank you for inviting me to appear before you today. I was asked to testify today to describe to you my interactions with President-elect Trump on subjects that I understand are of interest to you. I have not included every detail from my conversation with the President, but to the best of my recollection, I've tried to include information that may be relevant to the committee. I first met then-President-elect Trump on Friday, January 6th in a conference room at Trump Tower in New York. I was there with other intelligence community leaders to brief him and his new national security team on the findings of an IC assessment concerning Russian efforts to interfere in the election. At the conclusion of the briefing, I remained alone with the President-elect to brief him on some personally sensitive aspects of the information assembled during the assessment. The IC leadership thought it important for a variety of reasons to alert the incoming presidents to the existence of this material, even though it was salacious and unverified. Amongst those reasons were: 1, we knew the media was about to publicly report the material, blah, 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 blah. 2, yeah, this is a long opening statement. Pretty cool. So that's, what does that mean? That now we have somebody on the record saying Trump obstructed justice. So what does that mean? means nothing. 4D chess. Yeah, I guess so, dude. No Darth Pence. At this point, I'd rather have Pence, honestly. I know he's a religious zealot, but at the very least, he doesn't seem to be tarnished with fucking collusion with foreign governments and weird lies and shit. It seems like they're purposefully leaving Pence out. Yeah, at least Pence has some fucking experience governing. And maybe some idea of how to conduct himself in meetings with foreign fucking governments. President Trump is just an idiot. I think you're giving him way too much fucking latitude by letting him use the idiot excuse. I mean, he clearly isn't the smartest fucking cookie. But, Pence was a shit governor. Yeah, well, at least he was a governor. I think I'd rather have a shit governor than a shit businessman with absolutely no fucking governing experience and seemingly no fucking desire to even try and maintain any kind of fucking decorum in meetings. Passing out fucking secrets and shit, burning intel sources. I doubt fucking Pence would be doing that. In addition to all the other fucking backwards ass right wing bullshit. I think the key is America needs a theocracy, like a pagan satanic cabal. Yeah, dude, you got it, man. You got it all figured out. That's what we need. Testimony is evidence to Paul. The testimony will be used as evidence against Donald Trump if he is impeached for obstruction of justice. So testimony is often used as evidence. I don't think that you understand how courts work and how trials work. Paul thinks testimony is evidence? Oh my God, dude, what a fucking idiot. I get weary dealing with fucking stupid people. I really do, dude. I get fucking completely and utterly just like mentally weary from having to explain basic shit to dumb people that think they're getting a one-up on you. Politics, testimony, is evidence? I want to read that. Oh, it is? I guess I'll just disappear then. Fucking moron. Read a book or some shit. What are you doing watching my shit? It's not informative enough. Go crack a fucking dictionary open and read it. Before you make a stupid fucking statement. Makes you look like an asshole in front of a bunch of fucking people. Ugh. Project testimony under oath is going to be used as evidence? What a retard! Stupid fucking... Stupid fucking retards. Absence of evidence is evidence of absence. Let the salt flow. Let the salt flow from you. Oh, let's see if anybody else is covering anything interesting about this Comey shit. The salt must flow. Looks like everybody's just calling it a bombshell. That seems to be the headline right now. It's a bombshell, guys. It's a bombshell, y'all. Comey, oh wait, Fox is saying Comey clears the air. Of course they are. Comey clears the air is Fox's headline. Oh boy. I love the media, man. Comey clears the air, guys. Clears the air about the president being a fucking piece of shit. Clears the air. How the fuck did he clear the air? Did he not muddy the air? How did he clear the fucking air? What are you talking about, clearing the air? Clearing the air means taking misconceptions and, like, dissipating them. He muddied the fucking air. He created questions with this shit. He made implications. Yeah, he cleared the air like somebody walking into a small sealed room and blowing a big greasy fart in it. And like, what are you talking about? He cleaned the fucking air. How did he muddy it? Because his testimony raises more questions than it answers. It's the definition of muddying the fucking air. I mean, that testimony kicks the door open to tons more questions, tons more implications. That's not clearing the fucking air. You're so wrong, Paul, on so many levels. Can air be muddied? Well, if it can be cleared, then it has to be dirtied, right? Everything I say, dude. He did clear the air. Any statement I make. Dude, it's warm today. How is it warm today, Paul? How's it warm today? Holy shit, man, this movie sucked. How the fuck did that movie suck? That's another one too, man. Holy shit. I kind of figured that the Pokemon review that TJ and I did was going to trigger some people. But fuck me, man. I have never seen a bunch of fucking triggered ass nostalgia babies in my entire fucking life, dude. Holy shit. How do people... Like, I'm all for nostalgia goggles and shit. But how do people have thick enough nostalgia goggles that they watched that movie and thought it was fucking good? It was dog shit. Dog shit. Every aspect of it was dog shit. Wow, man. Man, that movie was actually great, man. The first time I ever cried at a movie was that movie. Really? Oh my god. Oh. It didn't age well, besides you guys are... Yeah, well, of course. Like, shit, man. Us shitting on the movie doesn't, shouldn't at least denigrate its quality in the mind of somebody that just absolutely loves it. But I'd be interested to hear how that movie's good. Because the little fucking featurette that preceded it was better in every way. I'm stoned to the drone. Okay. Congratulations. There's a building I drive past every day called St. Paul's Community Center, and it has a statue of a monk with a giant beard. Thought I'd let you know. Cool. You ever had a panic attack from smoking too much? Yes. It doesn't happen to me anymore, but in the earlier days of my smoking career, especially when I started getting access to way better weed, when weed started to get way better, I had a couple of times where I'd smoke a bowl or two, and it'd be the normal amount I'd smoke, but the weed that I got in that batch was way more potent than I was used to, and it would set off a fucking panic attack. A lot of that panic attack, though, was just, it was a lack of knowledge of how weed can make your body feel when you smoke a lot of it. As a teenager, the weed that I had access to and the amount that we were able to get was nowhere near what I was able to get in my 20s. So once I had access to my own weed 24 hours a day, anytime I wanted to smoke it, that's when I started to kind of push the limits of how much weed I should have been smoking without really knowing it. And it was in those early instances, usually in my early 20s. I can't really think of a major weed panic attack that I've had as an adult. As a 30-year-old adult. You thought your heart was going to stop on a panic attack? Yeah, I mean, that'll happen. That's really what mine was centered around, too. It's that kind of chest high that you get, and not really understand that body high. Very, very, intense, kind of warm, pulsating body high. Before I knew that weed did that to you, when that body feeling started to happen, I thought it was like my body having some kind of bad reaction to the weed. Then the panic attack starts and it makes your heart beat fast, and you feel your heartbeat, and you feel that weird feeling, and you think, oh my God, dude, I'm dying. My heart's gonna fucking stop. And that thought just takes root in your brain and kind of feeds the panic attack. Still want to see me play D&D? Cool. I mean, that would be fun, but I just don't know that it's going to happen. It's a big time commitment, and the other guys don't really seem to be interested in doing so. So, you've been so baked you try to brush your teeth with pudding, and you've never had a panic attack aside from yeah, it doesn't happen to everybody. Honestly, it doesn't. Like, some people just never experience that kind of feeling on weed, but I have in the past. I just don't. It doesn't happen to me anymore. If you want to stream D&D, you can set up a game online through a website. Yeah, I know there's like there's different websites and stuff that'll like allow you to set up the game board, and it's just the amount of time investment involved in planning out the campaign and giving dialogue to all the NPCs and all of that shit. Like if I was doing D&D and I was the one that was DMing, I would want to make it fleshed out and fun, and that would mean that I'd need to spend a lot of time on the front end preparing shit. I wouldn't want it to be a bland campaign. I'd want there to be really interesting stuff, interesting NPCs, interesting encounters, and I'd want it to be kind of tailor-made to the people that I was playing with, too. Sargon plays pen and paper RPGs through Skype with some guys. I don't think Sargon knows me well enough to want to invite me to his D&D game. Why is there no super chat on phone? I don't know, man. I don't know how any of this stupid shit works. Ever had a high that splits your mind and everybody is arguing splitting? What? Splitting? No. Splitting. You have just insulted YouTube. Okay. Cool. I was in your dreams, man. Well, you were in mine too, Z the Freeman. Far Cry 3 or 4? I liked them both, honestly. What little bit I got to play of both. I guess I'd probably go with 3. Oh, God, dude. Allergies are just fucking miserable, man. I hate feeling like this. I hate just feeling like shit. I have shit to do today, man. I have a lot of shit to do today. And I just feel like ass. My voice sounds like ass. I've got just like this constant post-nasal drip. Smoking all this weed on top of it probably isn't help, but fuck. Like what? TJ and I are actually starting. We're doing principal filming on the initial review for our next review. We're trying to get these out one per month going forward. So we're jumping right on our next review, and I've got to film one more review for my new channel, which will be launching soon. I've got a lot of editing to do of the other 3 reviews that I finished filming at TJ's yesterday. I just have a ton of fucking shit to do. I gotta, just a lot of shit. Hey, Paul's Ego. Normally I smoke a sativa, but I tried Indica a few days ago. Have you ever been so high you really felt the force of... Yeah, dude. Indica gives you that couch lock feeling. Corpse Midget said he was quitting YouTube in his latest video. Oh, no. I had a dream Paul did a mass shooting. Cool. And TJ and you tried to break me out of jail. Thanks. Ever been baked with one of those assholes who makes loud-ass noises when he's stoned? When you tell him to shut the fuck up, he keeps screaming. Could you say, fuck you, Wade? Yeah, fuck you, Wade. Tell Wade to shut up. Is Wade that screaming? I don't like it when people get... See, usually people that get like that on weed, and it's rarer than it is on alcohol. Typically, people will get like that on alcohol. People that need that kind of release tend to gravitate towards alcohol, but every once in a while, you'll get one of those, I just want release, man. I just need some, because I'm so uptight in my fucking life that when I get high, I gotta scream and yell and fucking do cartwheels everywhere, man. So it just cuts their fucking super ego out of the question and just lets their id go on a rampage. Pick up the Friday the 13th game. I hate this new trend in multiplayer games where a game gets really popular for a while and everybody starts playing it, and then another game comes out that's basically the same thing, and everybody just pays $50 and moves to that game, and that becomes the new thing. Like, DayZ begat fucking, what's that other one? H1Z1, which just basically became King of the Hill, and now we have PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. So that's 3 or 4 separate fucking games. All kind of well, I guess DayZ was not based around that arena premise, but that's where it started, as I understand. It started as a DayZ mod, and then it was made into its own game, and then now it's been remade into its own game by another company. I feel the same way about that Friday the 13th game. Like, was there or was there not just a fucking game that was just like this fucking Jason game where you played a group of survivors sneaking around with a killer after you? And now they've just released it, and instead, Until Dawn, there you go. Now they've just released it, and instead of having several killers to choose from, now it's just Jason. Oh, Dead by Daylight, okay. whatever. It just seems like they're re-releasing the same game over and over and over again, and like the entire gaming community just en masse moves from that game to that game. Gaming YouTubers keep backing them. Well, I mean, that's because everybody else keeps backing them, though. You can't blame the gaming YouTubers. They're playing the games that everybody wants to see them play, or else they're not doing well. So it's actually the people that are to blame for it. People are not demanding that video game companies make different video games. They're willing to just pay $50 every 6 months for a reskin of their favorite game. Like, people keep paying to see shitty reboots. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the same shit. I mean, it's mind-boggling to me how many times Spider-Man alone has been rebooted in the last 15 years. I mean, it looks like they're finally going to land on one that's decent, but... Do you think Spawn needs a reboot? Maybe, because the original Spawn movie was kind of poopy. Maybe they could do something with it, but I'd rather see them come up with a new property. I'd rather them make a new movie about a new superhero or a new, whatever, than go back and dip into a movie that's already been made. That's always a better choice for me, but it's the harder choice. It's way easier to just take something that's already been conceptualized and just put a new fucking coat of paint on it and re-release it to people, and that's why they do it. Well, that and the fact that people are going and seeing it. People are willing to pay to go see these things over and over again. It's this... Todd McFarlane has too much of a grip on it. He's been promising an R-rated reboot since 1998. Yeah. Oh. You just got back from running around your neighborhood. You went around 5 miles. You weigh 320 pounds, and your progress has inspired me. Oh, cool, man. I'm not the biggest fan of you on the show, but I have to thank you. I'm 19, and thanks to you, I might not die in 15 years. Cool, man. I'm glad to hear that you're out there losing the weight. It's not an easy thing, but I think you'll be happy that you're doing it, especially at an early age like you are. Did you ever talk to Anarchist Moose again? No, I didn't. I don't think I did. It's been many years since that guy. I'm excited for the Crash Bandicoot remaster. I did see Wonder Woman, yes, and I really liked it. Was your dad in on it? What are you talking about? After my 21st birthday tomorrow, you're going to the gym. Do it, dude. Get in there. Oh, I need to go to the gym again this week, too. Hopefully after I get all the shit done I need to get done today. I'll have time tomorrow to go and do a makeup gym thing before Sunday. Ugh. I wish I could gain weight, to be honest. Being underweight isn't fun either. Well, just different ends of the same problem, I guess. Strange listening to Paul talk about the gym. Strange talking about it, but it's something I've been doing now for a while, so. Am I still friends with Brian? I don't know. He and I kind of had some issues centering around my divorce, and he hasn't really spoken to me since. So just smoke weed and get the munchies. Yeah, well, I mean, some people have medical problems that preclude them gaining weight. When was the last time Apple Nasty was together? Like as a band, or just the bunch of us together in the same room? As a band, the original hasn't been together since probably 1997, 98 at the max. And then Morgan and Rodney. Well, Rodney wasn't involved in the big reboot of Apple Nasty, but Morgan rebooted Apple Nasty with a couple of our other friends, Clint Childers and Joel Presley, and they got together and made Apple Nasty a band again. That was in the early 2000s, so 2002, 2003. It's been a while. If you want to watch me scream at shit, go look for a compilation of, it's called Paul versus the Alien in Alien Isolation. If you search that on YouTube, I think MDA did a compilation of some old Twitch streams I did of me trying to play Alien Isolation and being scared out of my fucking mind. How was living in Arizona versus California? There was a lot more to do in Arizona, in the area that I lived, than there was in the area in California that I moved from. I know that's probably not true for California at large, but my initial perception of living in Phoenix was really cool. I liked Phoenix. Now, the weather is, especially in the summer, is fucking horrible. The weather in the winter is beautiful. The air is very dry and reasonably free of like the type of shit that I'm allergic to. The air's relatively clean, especially in comparison to where I grew up. Some really cool weather stuff happens. I'm a guy that likes cool weather. I like big storms, and I like that type of shit. And I'd never in my life lived through a major dust storm until I lived in Arizona. And they are fucking amazing to watch roll in. It's like the world is ending. One of the coolest weather things I've ever seen was I was working at my little Starbucks. I think I've told this story before, but it was fun. I was working at a little Starbucks in Chandler, Arizona. And I'm working the counter, and I look. I hear some people going, "Oh my goodness!" Blah, blah, blah. I hear some chatter in the store, and I look, and people are kind of pointing out the window. And I look out the window, and there's this just giant dark brown cloud, just taking up most of the horizon, and just rolling towards us. Clearly getting bigger. Looked like it's moving very slow. And I was like, holy fucking shit. It was just crazy. Just. And then as I looked at that, I looked out the front of the store, which was all glass, and faced another store. It was like a breezeway where all our tables were. And there's this little Asian man walking. And I look back, and the storm is about to the front edge of the storm is about to hit. And this little Asian dude is like walking in the breezeway. And I'm like, dude! I start yelling at him, like, sir! Because he's got his head down, he's one of those little old men that's just walking. He doesn't see this shit coming. I shit you not, the storm hits. The front edge of the dust storm hits. It takes one of the umbrellas that we had in the center of a table. Those green umbrellas. Picks it up and launches it towards the old man, who's doing this now because the storm hit. I don't know how he did this, but it hit him like here, and he just grabbed it. So when the umbrella, the stand for the umbrella hit him here, and he grabbed it, and it picked him up and lifted him about 10 feet back the way he came. And then he let go of it and just kept walking through the storm. I was flabbergasted. I'd never seen anything like that in my entire fucking life. He grabbed it, flew 10 feet, let it go, and then kept doing this. Whatever. Whatever. I guess all Asians are ninjas, man. Is that a... Yeah, it's a They Live t-shirt, man. Dun, dun, dun. And they do indeed live. They do. He was in a hurricane that made the house you were in literally disappear. That's fucking insane, dude. Oh. That wasn't a storm. Keane just sharded, maybe. Have you track your calories? What the fuck? What the fuck happened? Oh, monsoons are cool too. Yeah, in the summer, the monsoons are insane. Like it'll be raining just about as hard as you've ever seen, but it's warm. Like you walk out and it feels like you're taking a warm shower. It's strange. Yeah, dude, Santa called that kid fat, man. I really liked the new Manatee special, but there was something about this one that made me kind of depressed. His dark house is kind of haunting. I mean, he is a big, depressing sack of shit. I can see that feeling. His videos definitely took on a fucking weird, defeated tone during the initial Star of the Manatee. My sub to Brett? No. That would be a waste of the energy that it would take for me to click my index finger on my mouse. Gotta concentrate more on the concrete. You trying to make my house disappear? It's not a house, it's an apartment, dude. Gotta do apartment disappear. What were my subjects at school? I was always horrible at math and good at anything that involved lots of reading and lots of writing. So mostly English, literature, history. I did pretty well in intro to biology or whatever, but there wasn't a lot of math there. There was a lot of reading and writing. I did well in language classes too. I have a facility for foreign languages, so, and I always thought I found them. They were one of the only classes outside of theater arts that I took in high school that I found really challenging or interesting. I like learning new languages, so I took 2 years of French and 2 years of Spanish in high school. Your best moment was when you butt fucked Brett. Oh yeah, well, he's he was just so stupid. He left himself wide open to it, and he forgot that he'd revealed all that information about his dad and was in there talking about my friend's dad. And there was no way I was letting him slide on that fucking shit. Stupid fuck. The manatee's got such a short fucking memory, but luckily I don't. My favorite class was digital media. Yeah, we didn't really have, when I was in school, I was right at the last part where computers were looked at as mostly like a novelty rather than a necessity. There were some computer classes available, but they were all elective, and nobody really took them. Nowadays, like, I don't think you can get out of high school without a typing class and some computer classes and shit, but I didn't take a single one any point during my public education. The most exposure, honestly, that I got to computers throughout the entirety, in school, I had a computer at home, but in school, the most exposure I got to computers was I had a nerdy teacher named Mr. Adams, who was my... I think he was my 8th grade teacher, one of my 8th grade teachers, and he had an Apple IIe in his class, and he would let me come in during breaks and stuff and play around, and the program that I liked most to play around with was called Hypercard, and I liked it because I could make video games with it, like choose your own adventure type video games. It was really cool. You could draw like a mountain and then make a button on the entrance to the mountain, and then draw a little path going around the mountain, and you could make that a button too, and then you could say, choose your path, and you click on the mountain and it would zoom into the mountain, and then you could draw, the inside of that and have branching paths and different, you could draw a goblin and then say, how do you want to fight? He'd have a sword and a shield, and you could click on different parts of his body to try and fight him. It was really cool. I made a lot of those little Hypercard video games that year, but that was, just extracurricular shit. There was no class based around it at all. I graduated high school in 1998. My high school had a really good auto shop. Yeah, mine had a good shop program as well, but I'm not inclined in that way, so I didn't take those classes. Man, dude, the ROTC was athletics and air rifle teams. Yeah, that's kind of cool. It just kind of sucks that the ROTC was your only elective choice. I know you mentioned going back to college a year or two back. What was it for, and did you finish or did you drop out because it wasn't for you? I dropped out, not necessarily because it wasn't for me, but because I got a divorce and left the state that I was in. So that kind of precluded me going back to school. It's something that I haven't ruled out in my mind, but I'll be honest, the times that I've tried to go back to school, for the most part, I felt like I was a square peg trying to jump into a round hole. There were certain aspects of certain classes that I really connected with, but most of the classes I felt like I was just being asked to do rote memorization of shit that would never serve me in life, which is how I felt in school in most of my classes. I think that college suffers in this country from not allowing people to immediately begin pursuing a major and begin taking classes that directly apply to that major. You go through high school, which is basically 4 years of college prep. taking all these so you want to, high school, the idea behind high school, right, is to give you a rounded idea of the different types of things that are out there. In my mind, this is the idea of high school. I have no idea if this is actually the idea behind high school now, but it should be. You're exposed to all these different classes. You're forced to take a mixture of all kinds of different classes. And the idea behind that is that you find your aptitude. You find something that you like, and then you go to college to become that. The way it is now is that you go to high school for 4 years of college prep, and then you go to college for 2 years of college prep. And it's like, why am I taking a math course? I'm never going to have any job, ever, that involves mathematics. I don't have that facility in my brain. I don't have an interest for it. I don't have an aptitude for it. So why am I staring down 18 different math classes that I have to take to get a degree in psychology or teaching or English? I mean, I guess if I'm going to teach math, but if I'm wanting to focus on one subject, what's the fucking point? Basic math is important. Yeah, well, that's why you get it in grade school and middle school and high school, right? You get the basics. But there's absolutely no way that I will ever stumble into a job that requires me to do mathematical calculation for a living. I just can't. I don't do it. I look at and that's great. A lot of people do like math. I'm glad that people do. But me sitting in a math class, like, it just doesn't make sense. Especially as an adult, pursuing a career that has absolutely nothing to do with math. I can do advanced calculation in your head without a calculator. Good for you, man. A lot of people have that kind of brain. I don't have that kind of brain. I'm a left brain guy. I've got that conceptualizing brain and that emotional information gathering brain and that creative side brain. That's the brain that wiggity's me. It's the part of my head where most of me is coming from. You need to do how to do quadratic equations just across the street these days. Yeah, man, I know. I've got to take fucking 18 years of quantum algebra to go, do a job that has nothing to do with mathematics on any level. I know a lot of the mathematics people probably feel the same about the shit that I like. English and literature. A lot of the math people that I've known, at least in the past, have struggled in those classes way harder than they struggle in math class. Now, some people are just good at everything. I'm not one of those people. I'm not. I just don't have that type of brain. But I'm sure that there are a lot of math majors out there who roll their fucking eyes when they look down that long list of, sociology and history and fucking English and literature and art appreciation and bullshit that they have to fucking take. They'd probably just rather be taking a bunch of fucking theoretical math classes so they can get their goddamn degree. I'm all for having a little bit of rounding in education. I'm not saying that you should just like immediately upon fucking getting into college do nothing but laser focus on one tiny thing. I'm okay with sprinkling in a little bit of it, but the general ed fucking curriculum right now is way too long, way too many classes involved. It's just a goddamn, it just sucks. And as an adult, you're face down with working a job and you're paying for this shit. You're paying out the ass for the class and the materials for the class that you know is not going to serve you in any fucking way going forward. It's just hard. It's a hard economic decision to make. Math can teach rationality to those that wouldn't normally accept it. Maybe so. Although I don't think you're going to get a country bumpkin and put him in a quadratic equation class and teach him how to think logically. I just don't think that's going to happen, bro. You do what? Making that connection between numbers and real concepts that actually reach out and touch them in their lives is the hard thing. You know, people who are good at math but are still retards, sure. I mean, there's got to be, it's not even really a seed of intelligence. It's got to be a seed of curiosity. It's got to be somebody that wants to know if they're right or not, wants to know for sure. We don't really value that anymore. At least not when it comes to religion or politics. It's how we feel. It's how it makes us feel that we care about. There's no curiosity. There's no, man, is this really true? It makes me feel good, but is it true? That has to be there. You can talk at a person all fucking day long, but you cannot plant the seed of curiosity in a fucking person. They've got to have that curiosity themselves. They've got to come to that themselves. Now, a lot of people out there, maybe that door's open a crack, but it seems like bashing your head against a brick wall most of the time, and it's probably pretty equivalent. UK election tomorrow. Who are the principal players, man? I don't know. I don't follow politics in the UK. Is Theresa May one of them? Theresa May. I think that's somebody. That's some British politician. Oh, it is. Okay. Theresa May versus Jeremy Corbyn. Yeah, okay, those names sound familiar. Corbyn is the Labour guy, right? No, he's not the Labour guy. Corbyn is the outsider, and Theresa May is the Labour guy, right? Or he is the Labour guy. I don't know. Fuck. Okay. Well, there you go. Both are dog shit. Well, sounds like American elections to me. May is the conservative. Okay. Tory. Yeah, okay. Well, best of luck. I mean, I don't know if you guys are faced with basically a choice like, I mean, we were faced with during the last election where the quote, end quote, liberal is just a piece of shit. And the conservative is a piece of shit. But if there is a good dog in the fight, I hope that that one is the one that wins. Sounds like Corbyn, maybe. No genuine leftist option. Well, yeah. Sounds about right. Are there any conservative words that are like libtard, but for conservatives? Like, what about conservative? Or cuckservative? I don't know. Corbyn is the best pick, but he isn't going to win. Conservatard? Okay, yeah, I've heard that one. I'm far more left-wing. I'm to the left of most people that are on the left. Let us hear one conservative opinion you have. Okay. I think that the welfare system needs to be completely overhauled. and that there are indeed some people that need to have their asses kicked off of welfare. I don't like the fact that our social safety net is abused so widely. It makes it hard to advocate for that social safety net. And in order to make that idea stronger in the minds of people who are advocating for getting rid of it, it would be a lot easier if we had a more stringent fucking welfare system that was... Now, once again, I don't want to make it impossible for people that need it to get it. I want to make it harder for people that don't need it to stay on it. It's not a super far left... I said that's a conservative opinion. Somebody asked me for an opinion of mine that I had that was more towards the conservative bent. It already is stringent. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. I'm sorry, no, it isn't. I would rather let 1,000 moochers live off the system than allow one person who actually needs it to go hungry. Absolutely. I feel the same way. That doesn't mean that you absolutely ignore the moochers. That doesn't mean that you allow people that don't technically need that support to tap into the fucking kitty that's there for people who do. Now, I don't really have any fantasies of ever completely removing fraud from the welfare system, but I think we could be doing a lot better than we're doing now. A lot fucking better. What people do you want to kick off of welfare? People that are unwilling and not incapable of finding a job. Also, I think that there needs to be some legislation for people, and this is I don't know if this is a far left view or a far right view. This is just kind of outside of the political spectrum. But people that have children while they are being supplemented by the government should have those children taken away from them. They should not be given a bigger check because they squeezed another fucking child out of their pussy. That should stop. If you are incapable of supporting yourself to the point where you have to go to the rest of society and ask them for help putting food in your mouth, then you have a responsibility to put a condom on your dick. Especially considering that at fucking Planned Parenthood, you can go get condoms for free. You don't get to just have fucking kids and get a bigger paycheck for it. If you can't support yourself, it's implicit that you can't support a child. Welfare should be completely erased and replaced with a national basic income. I totally fucking agree with that, but it ain't happening. And right now we've got to deal with the system as it is. And the system as it is a system that is fucking bloated with people on welfare that shouldn't be there. Period. So someone who already had children but then hospitalized, no. See, there's a difference between having kids and then getting in an accident and losing your job and having to go for public assistance. Somebody that was already working and having kids and supporting those children that needs public assistance because of some accident or a loss of a job is exactly the type of person that I'm talking about that should be on welfare. It's the people that get on welfare because they can't find no job and then start popping out fucking kids while on welfare. I mean, I don't know how much clearer I can paint that. He has a job where he gets paid under the table, but he's claiming welfare because he doesn't claim a job. Way more common than you think. Way more fucking common than you think, dude. Hang the poster. Dude, I need to buy another fucking poster frame. It got broken. I was ready to hang it, dude. I was ready to hang this fucking thing. I've got another cool poster, too, that I've got to get a frame for. The poster frame for this fucking thing broke in transit. And I don't want to... I like the poster, man. I don't want to fuck it up. I don't want to put tack holes in it. And I don't want it to just be up on the wall. I want to put a little frame on it. It's like one of my favorite fucking movies. You understand, but it seems kind of hard to distinguish between those people. You're talking about practicability. It ain't very hard for me to distinguish those people. How hard is it to distinguish a person that goes, hey, I had a kid while I was on welfare. And I've been on welfare for 10 fucking years, and this is the third kid I've had while on welfare, and I'm going to ask for some more money. Seems like it'd be pretty fucking easy to pick that one out of a crowd, right? What would you do to the welfare baby? Adoption, orphanages. Maybe some of that money that we save giving these people welfare could go to some government orphanages where these children at least have some kind of a chance at an upbringing. I don't know. I mean, fuck. I'd be down for, yeah, we'll give you your fucking we'll give you your check for this kid, but in order to get that, you got to come in and let us tie your tubes. We'll give you the welfare check for this kid. We'll give you this slip up and let you keep one kid on welfare. But you got to come in and get them tubes tied. How about that? There you go. You want the check for the kid? Come in, tie your tubes. We'll start giving you your money. No more kids for you. You can't support yourself. You don't want to come in and tie your tubes? No extra money for the kid. Better go get a fucking job. We'll be keeping an eye on you, though, because we know you've got a kid there, and we know you're on a fixed income, so we'll be checking, and if that kid's getting abused or neglected, we'll take it. Have a nice day. Let us know what you decide. Seems fucking fair to me. Seems fucking fair to me. Another thing I hate about food stamps and supplementals and shit, and this is something that I hate for the people that are on it too. I hate being at the fucking grocery store and getting in behind somebody who's on food stamps. Because that transaction takes 3, 4, 5 times as fucking long as a normal transaction. That shouldn't be. Just shouldn't be. And it sucks for the people on the fucking food stamps because they've got all these angry people piled up behind them and they feel embarrassed about having their food stamps counted out in front of everybody. Everybody behind them hates them because they're looking at something that they paid for to then wait for. Hey, Ashley be home. Ashley be home.
Want some OJ?
Yeah, buddy. Thank you. OJ.
I went down to the office to ask.
Fresh squeezed.
I wanted to make sure it was okay to leave all of my boxes there in the office until Friday.
Ashley, where did you get this delicious, fresh squeezed OJ?
I don't know, maybe turn the logo towards the camera.
Oh, you got this from Jamba Juice? I didn't know they did fresh squeezed orange juice.
They only do when we actually have oranges or the machines are working.
Oh, okay.
That was the last of it, so that's why I
Fresh squeezed. Well, that is really good, man.
I know.
Just tastes like biting into an orange.
I know.
That's how orange juice should taste. God. And now it just weirds me out that it doesn't.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you get, like... I mean, even if it's not from concentrate, if you get in the bottles, it just doesn't taste the same.
Nope.
Never does.
Nope.
Has a completely different taste. Yes, hello. I think we're going to take you to Chelsea again soon, huh? You're getting a little fluffy. A little fluffy.
Paul, can you explain why you like Diablo 1 more than Diablo 2? I've been playing D1 lately. Diablo 1 now might not be a better game than Diablo 2. In fact, it probably isn't. But Diablo 1, when it released, when the multiplayer was active and there was just tons and tons of new people playing, it was a totally different game. And that's why I liked Diablo 1 more. I also like Diablo 1 more because it's more focused. Everything in the story takes place beneath one town. I feel like in Diablo 2, even though it's cool to see all these different areas, they went overkill, trying to get every different kind of environment into the game. I liked that creepy Tristram vibe, where, you know, the cathedral became the catacombs, and then the catacombs became the caves, and then the caves became hell, you know? Everything taking place underneath this one town.
So, my ex, his dad, used to play Diablo 2 all the time. It was one of the few games he could play on the Linux computer that they had. And he would mod it and everything. And always make himself OP and whatnot.
Yeah.
But he would always name the character something like Harry Cunt.
Harry Cunt?
There's like this mid-60-year-old dad who would he would name like the characters things like Harry Cunt and stuff.
Wow, what an edgelord,
I feel
dude.
like his Diablo 2 character was like his fat fuel or something.
Sloppy twat.
Yeah. Like shit like that. Paul's thinking, fuck your ex, yeah. I'm sure he is.
Hey Paul, been meaning to talk to you about my $1,000 patron perk. Okay, well, are you on the Discord? If you are, hit me up there and we'll talk. I've never played a Diablo.
I haven't actually. Well, I played a little bit of Diablo 3 when it first came out, and there was like a free trial or something.
Well, there you go.
That's all I've played.
Your ex is in Thailand right now getting fucked by Thai guys. I hate my life.
Oh.
Well, at least she's getting fucked by tiny penises.
I mean, yeah.
At least it's not a big... At least she's not in, like, Liberia or something getting pipe
Diablo
laid.
3 is terrible? Is that true? I don't know.
No, it's not.
I don't think that's true.
It was not the greatest game when it released, but it's actually a really good game now.
You know what sucks is my hands are so like saturated with bleach. If I like wipe my eyes start like burning and watering.
Why don't you go wash your hands?
Because no matter how many times I wash them, it just doesn't get out. It just doesn't.
You should be wearing gloves when you're handling bleach.
Oh, thank you for the welcome.
What time is it? It is, it's 1:30, okay. I gotta go to TJ's at 3 today. Oh, I should warn you. We're filming our next review.
Movie review?
Mm-hmm. And the tactic this time...
Oh, yeah. You told me you're gonna...
The tactic this time is booze.
What movie is it again? Oh, okay. Good one.
Because there's a new one coming out.
Okay,
So,
yeah. All right, that makes sense.
Oh boy. Let's see. When are you usually on Discord? I'm always on, but never when you are. Steven, just send me a fucking PM, and I will get back to you. Just easier there. You know what I mean?
Like he's like he always has the app.
Yeah, Discord
he's never like always looking at it.
Yeah, Discord is always open for me, and I have like contact or whatever those like alerts off because it drives me nuts because I'd get them constantly. I every time I was sitting on my computer, it'd be like bling, 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 bling. So I turned that off. But if you send me a thing over there and let me know who you are, we'll get you lined out, man. No big deal. Sorry you had to pay $5 to get a hold of me, but that's the easiest way. Not the $5, the Discord. Over on the Discord, I'm Dr. Segmento right now, I think is my name. You can see me under the... Let me just make sure I've got...
If y'all are on the DP Discord, yeah.
Pretty sure I've still got it open.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Dr. Segmento.
Yeah. Yep, I'm Dr. Segmento, so.
Are you in the Brett Keane one?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm still a member of Brett Keane's Discord.
That's funny.
My name over there is H2O Head.
Oh.
I don't think he's gotten it yet. I don't know how I've skirted around the band hammer. Maybe he doesn't know what H2O is.
Maybe.
That's not shocking. Let me see. He said he sent a friend request, so.
Go to your friends. Your 106 notifications.
Yeah, dude.
Pending in the middle there.
Yeah, okay, there it is. Okay. Yeah. And then.
I'm gonna assume it's the top one.
Are you Scum over there? Well, whatever. I'll just accept both of these. There you go. So we should be friends. I can tell that we are gonna be friends.
You know when you accept somebody's friend request, they get a notification that you accepted their friend request? That's weird.
What's the minimum amount of physical money you'd recommend having on you at all times? I don't carry cash on me most of the time, so I don't. I'm Finballs well, I just friended 2 people that aren't. You can just send me a DM without a friend request, but I just accepted the last 2 friends.
For squeezing marijuana.
So. Maybe you're. Okay, there we go. Okay, yeah. I see you.
Penis.
You said penis. So. I will, I'll get back to you. I'll just type what your question is, and I'll get back to you. Huh? What? What?
No more.
What? What were you pointing at?
I said give us a kiss. That's what I said.
Well, we just kissed.
Yes.
We just kissed.
Okay. Orangey?
Yeah, you taste like oranges.
Don't eat me.
PDA, dude. I know. Isn't it gross? Give us a BJ? Yeah. Give us a BJ. Come on.
I'll just like scoot my hand over. He'll give you a.
Oh, you'll jerk me off, but you won't give me a BJ while on stream?
No.
A beeger?
I'm not gonna give you a beeger on stream. Hi.
I remember one time you tried to play with my dick while I was on the show.
Yeah, and then you ended it and fucked, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how it works.
That's how it should work.
What? You're like, I don't know what you're doing, but
I don't know what he's up to.
you're dumb. You're dumb. Careful, dude. You're hitting the phone cord. He's so dumb.
A fucking dork.
Ever came in Ashley's hair?
I don't think so.
No, I think once some might have gotten in there.
Did it?
Yeah.
How? Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
And it wasn't on purpose.
No, it was.
Oh.
I was aiming for your hair.
Oh. I was like a fountain.
Jesus.
I got you.
Can you take Fuzzbutt out?
You haven't taken him out yet?
No, I have. But he's acting like he needs it again. I got up at like 9:30. Some idiot's fucking.
I took him out at like 6.
Well.
And then he had just ate right now. Did you feed him earlier?
No.
Okay, so.
I think you should probably try and take him out.
Okay, I just don't think he has to. But
I'm pretty sure he does.
he used to say 6.
Dinor. Life in the fast lane. I tried the legal version of LSD called 1P LSD. No. I didn't know that there was a legal version of LSD. But it's probably jank as fuck. It's probably janky. Most of these this is like legal this. Just make you feel like you want to die. Any pre-records coming out while you guys are on break? No. P LSD is legit. Okay. I know my girlfriend is cute, man. She's the cutest of the cute. Little boy, little boy, little boy, little boy, little boy. Have you ever paid for sex? No. No. When I turned 18, my dad offered, he was like, boy, I'm gonna take you to a whorehouse. Let you pick out 2 bitches and lose your virginity the right way. And I was like, yeah, but then I had to pay for my first piece of ass. I don't want that hanging over me. That's the closest I ever came to paying for pussy. Oh, I missed a super chat. Super chat. Here's more money because oh, thank you, Steven. You're a peach, man. You're a fucking peach, man. What a guy. I thought about becoming a male stripper. Any tips? Why would you ask a fat body like me for tips on being a male stripper? You must be really hard up, man. I have no fucking clue, man. Watch that old Saturday Night Live clip with Chris Farley and what's his name as the Chippendales dancers. That's all you need to know, man. You learn everything you need to know. Swayze, yeah. Patrick Swayze. Would you read a comic based on your female predator idea? Fuck yeah, I would. I'd want it like a graphic novel, though. I don't want to like deal with the comic book shit. I'll just buy it when it becomes a graphic novel. But I love that idea. It's an idea that I've had for a long... Maybe not the female idea. That kind of came to me as a result of talking with you guys about it. Oh, what kind of HOTUS do you use for Elite? I'm glad you actually play it. Most people buy it for don't play it. I'm using a Thrustmaster T1600, I think it is. Or T16000. I've got the... Oh, here, I can just show you. I've got the stick. Okay. I've got the stick and the throttle. So, a lot of fun. Master, yeah, dude. Yeah, the X52 was a little pricey. But I like this stick. I think that the X52... Let me ask you, does your X52 have rotational? So, like, look. I can do all the cardinal directions and shit on the stick, but I can also rotate, and that controls like the nose of the plane left and right. And I think I read that the X52, because it's modeled after the actual... Oh, it does? Okay, that's good. There was one that's really like, it's supposed to be the best stick that you can get, but it's modeled after the stick on a Warthog jet from the Vietnam War. It's literally made of the same material, like it's metal, so like it's the most durable and shit. But it doesn't have rotational because the original stick on the Warthog doesn't. Yeah, the Cytec Warthog, yeah. A lot of people were saying like, man, that's the best fucking stick. That's the stick that everybody wants. It's like $500. Who's allergic to breathing? Me. I took a Claritin this morning, and it has barely fucking helped. I'm just alternately losing the ability to breathe out of my nose. I've got a constant, like, annoying-ass post-nasal drip. I've got this, like, constant repeating croakiness to my voice that I have to clear my fucking throat for every 15 seconds. It sucks. My eyes are all itchy and they feel all kind of like watery and dry. Allergies are fucking shit. Is Breath of the Wild worth buying a Wii U? Ashley, is Breath of the Wild worth buying a Wii U?
I mean, probably.
She says probably.
I don't know, like...
Especially because Wii U's are like...
It's hard to say.
They're cheaper now.
Yeah, I mean, they're cheaper, and they still have more games than the Switch. So...
I kind of want to get a Switch because they're porting the later Monster Hunters to the fucking Switch instead of the Wii U this time. So they're doing like Monster Hunter, whatever, 10 Ultimate.
Until that comes out, because like the only games that I know of that like are even on the Switch, there's like a few new ones. I think there's like a new Mario Brothers? I don't remember. Then Breath of the Wild. And the rest of them are like HD remakes or something. So there's like hardly any original games for the Switch out right now, if any. So Breath of the Wild is also on Wii U.
Yeah.
So if you want to get a Switch, I would say you wait a while.
Yep.
But if you want to just play Breath of the Wild, then just get a Wii U.
Yeah, if you're only interested in Breath of the Wild, then snag a Wii U, dude. They're pretty cheap.
Because there's a lot of good games on Wii U.
You stop playing video games currently? I mean, I've almost had to stop. I still find time to play them, but nowhere near... Like, I used to have these, like, days where I would just be like, well, I'm just going to play this game. Those days are few and far between the older I get, but TJ's girlfriend is way better looking. Aw. How nice of you and how mean of you simultaneously. Thanks, Adrian. Really? Yeah, I did in the past, too. Oh. You're jacking it to both of our streams? I'm not going to ban him. He's just miserable. Being miserable doesn't deserve a ban. Competitive video games are my only things that can keep my interest anymore, like competitive CSGO. Have you ever played Silent Hill 2? Played Silent Hill. I think I played 2. It's been so long since I played either of those games that it's hard to remember which ones I've played. You and TJ getting basted by Pokemon fans? Yeah, dude. Apparently you're not supposed to say that a piece of shit movie is a piece of shit. Apparently, like all these people that like to hear TJ talk about people that get easily triggered, that's apparently how they get easily triggered. It's funny. It's a great movie. Oh my god, dude. Oh shit. Those nostalgia goggles must be just black at this point. You must not be able to even see out of them anymore. Because if that movie is great, then I don't know what fucking shit is. I've never seen a goddamn turd if that movie is great. Let's be fucking honest, dude. At least be fucking real. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's a crappy kids movie, yeah. But kids movie doesn't have to equal crap. There are a lot of movies that were targeted towards young adults that aren't crap. This movie is crap, and it's just like praised by the fan base. The message, okay, without spoiling too much of the review I just did, the message of this film is that it's wrong to fight Pokemon. It's wrong to fight Pokemon. Yep, it's wrong. Wrong to fight them. But at the end, Mewtwo uses his magical powers to make everybody that learned how wrong it was to fight Pokemon have amnesia. So they go on continuing fighting Pokemon. That's dog shit. You don't get to excuse that away by saying, oh, it's a kid's movie. Dog shit. Seriously? Oh, yeah. And that's not even the stupidest thing in the film. That's just how it stupidly ends. I watched it a long time ago, but I'm pretty sure that's not the message. Oh, it is. Pokemon aren't supposed to fight. Not like this. We're all brothers. Why are we fighting each other? Memory erased. Back in the Pokeballs. The storyline in Silent Hill 2 is really good. The music, the atmosphere. Yeah. I was a big fan of the Resident Evil games back in the day. And I remember the one that I had the most fun playing, probably not the best of the Resident Evil, but I think it was 3. Is that the one that has Nemesis in it? Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. I think that yeah. Oh my god, man, I had so much fun with that playthrough. And I did it on like a shitty little fucking like 13-inch TV VCR combo, laying on a mattress on the floor, dude. It was when I first moved to Arizona, and I snagged it for fucking really cheap somewhere, like $5, and man, that was great. I really liked Resident Evil 0 as well on the GameCube. Favorite snuff film? I like that one where the blonde lady of indeterminate name takes that knife and plunges it repeatedly into the heart of that dude wearing the leather gimp mask, and then pulls the knife out, and then the cameraman walks over and grabs the knife from her and stabs her with it. That's my favorite. I mean, I've seen a lot of snuff, but that one, it's hard to beat that one, because the twist, you don't expect her to get stabbed at the end, but I'm kidding. I just made that up, by the way. I've never seen a snuff film. Have you ever watched gay porn? Probably. Like, not on purpose, but I've stumbled upon gay porn during my dark tours of the porn underbelly of the internet. I guess porn is not the underbelly of the internet, it's the outer belly and the rest of it. I forgot that for a second. Supposed to keep your thumb on the side of the bowl until you're done inhaling. Aiden, dude, you're a fucking retard. Oh my god. Please. Please go find some fucking toxic cleaner underneath your mom's sink and drink it right now. There's no hope. There's no fucking hope for you. Oh my goodness. Do you miss competitive split screen? Kinda. I don't know that I'd be able to go back to split screen, though. I mean, the fidelity of games now is so high and so detail-oriented that I feel like it would just really... they would suffer from being rendered down to 4 little mini screens on a TV. But hot seat multiplayer is a lot of fun when you can find a group of people that wants to sit around and play a game. I just don't know that split screen is the best way to do it anymore. Yeah, Halo was a lot of fun. I spent a really long time playing GoldenEye. I used to like playing fighting games, like, in the room with people. Played a lot of fucking, oh, man. It's on the fucking Saturn. I'm just having a brain fart. Soul Calibur. There we go. Played the shit out of that. A Tale of Souls and Swords. Eternally retold. TJ's hanging himself on stream right now. Cool. Will you outstream TJ? What do you mean? It's not a competition, man. TJ's banging himself. Sweet. My brothers and I would literally be on edge, strangling each other, playing. Oh yeah, dude, that was a salty game. That game brought the salt out in everybody. Yeah, it was just so... Especially when you'd go on a run and get all smug about it and everybody else was just dying over and over again. Oh. I used to love playing, like, remote mines, too. Man, those were some fun games. Remote mines in the library. If you were the creative director of a game studio, what kind of game would you create? What kind of story? I've often thought about that. And the game that I most want to see made is a kind of like far future cyberpunk-esque themed MMO. Maybe using the Shadowrun universe. And I want it to be kind of a societal simulator. I want there to be a million different things that people can do in the game in order to make money. I want it to be a place where corporations, provide the law. So, these corporations eventually, once the game got up and running, in my mind, would be player run and operated. And thus the money that flowed forth... thank you, Stephen. The money that flowed forth from those corporations would feed people that would be cops and law enforcement and detectives. It would also create the impetus for that type of person that didn't want to work for people to be self-made, craftsmen, have their own little small shops that they set up. Or, of course, criminals. There are going to be a huge amount of people that want to steal from both of those people. It seems like putting the player base at odds and forcing them to live within the same world together, and forcing them to deal with their own problems rather than inserting fucking NPC guards and weird rules that prevent you from doing this or that. I'd like to see a world where your actions have consequences, and those consequences are doled out to the most possible effect by other players. I see that kind of like cooperative play shit working really well in games like EVE Online. EVE Online's a real template for me. I really don't like the way that things unfold in EVE for my game, but it just proves to me that you can make a game where players enforce their own borders, they enforce their own laws. It would open this game up to having, different cities throughout this landscape that are run by different player corporations that have different laws. It would be like the Old West almost, but in the future. Just traveling to the next city, they may have some kind of restriction on the type of mods that you've added to your character. You know what I mean? In an attempt to try and keep hackers out of the city, they've restricted this particular kind of mod. And so if you get scanned while you're in the city, you're going to be arrested. So you've got to, if you want to get into that city and do your dirty work there, you're going to have to be sneaky and stealthy. You're going to have to use your wits to get in. You're going to have skills that you've mastered that allow you to mask the type of mods that you have or something. You know what I mean? It just gives you all these different specializations. All right, that's enough of that. It allows for all these different player specializations to rise up, and it gives the impetus for there to be a counter specialist as well. Because there's always going to be people that want to work for the fucking corporation. There's always going to be people that want to stop the crime, And there's always going to be people that want to be the ones stealing. I say that we give people the ability to do that. give them the tools to build this world in their own image, and then watch it burning down due to greed and envy. That's a beautiful fucking game, man. Have I read the Chronicles of Narnia, and do I like them? Yeah, I've read them back in grade school, and I remember liking them. It's been a lot of years since I read them. The Christian undertones were lost on me at that point. I don't remember them. I know about them now because of the movies and all of that, but I remember liking them as a kid. It's funny how for years people wanted VR, but when you try it, it's kind of boring, or at least the games are. I haven't really given VR a try yet, but I'll get back to you when I do and see if I agree. Second Life has a real world economy too. Yeah, it just, it kind of forces, it gives people too many tools to have power over people on their own land. I want them to have to actually do it like law enforcement has to do it. If somebody breaks into your bank, you need to have security measures in place to make that hard for them, and people need to be involved at some level. I always thought about an MMO in the Old West too. Would be kind of cool. It'd be a cool setting for a massively multiplayer game. Once again, it would allow a lot of the same things that I'm talking about. It would just be different in tone and setting. I kind of envision wanted posters, you know what I mean? Where, somebody that's done a crime in some little town out in the territory that's run by players, you get these wanted posters, these bounty contracts. And, if you're specialized as a character for tracking and investigation and all of that shit, that could be your game, is tracking these players down when they're online. You know what I mean? You could have like a gunfight mechanic in it, where two people could settle differences by playing a skilled Twitch-based gunfight kind of showdown. Bounties are always too easily exploitable. Well, that's kind of the point, isn't it? They're exploitable because a lot of times they just hang out there and there's nobody really pursuing them, so that person can just collude with somebody to collect the money. If bounties worked the way that I would see them working in this one, there would be tons of people chasing these bounties. There would be people that want this person's ass. Bounties would actually be something that evil people don't want on their heads. So we'll see. I don't know. Those two kind of ideas for a multiplayer online RPG structure, I think, would be really cool. Oh, shit. One of your neighbors is selling their house. Chances a hot girl moves in. Not very good, probably. Paul, can you make up a mythical creature on the spot? Yeah, the burlak, dude. It's a giant pig with the quills of a porcupine and the tongue of a snake, dude, and the legs of a giraffe. The burlak, the fucking dreaded burlak, man. If you've ever run into a burlak, you'll know what I'm talking about. Yeah, dude. The fucking burlak, dude. You've seen a burlak? Oh man, you're one of the few people that can credibly claim that and live to tell the tale, then. Yeah, dude. Male burlacs have a pendulous sack, dude. But a tiny little penis. The burlac, dude. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end this. Thank you guys. I guess TJ's streaming, so go watch him.